I've just lost my phone, and given this is now the third time I've lost one of my phones down a wall cavity, I've decided that instead of just walking away from this one, I'm going to do my best to MacGyver a way of getting this phone out. So hopefully this will help you get your phone back as well. Okay, so the plan at this stage is I've got conduit, which I've got plenty of conduit given what we do, doing data cable installations. So plenty of conduit. I've got a 20mm inside a 25mm, and that's just to give the rod a little bit more strength, because otherwise it's just going to bend and wobble around as we try and poke it down the wall cavity. I've gone home and I've got chopping board, which we're going to use on the end of this to try and create a flat surface to grab the phone with. And obviously bits and pieces, nuts, bolts, drills, angle grinder, stuff to make this, and I'll get this made and then take it from there. So while I'm making my tool, my son has come up with an idea, so I'm going to give that a go first, because it might be a bit easier and simpler. So the idea is, we've got a wall cavity like this, that's probably about 3 meters high. We've got to get down, and about that wide, and I can see my phone sitting in the cavity, right at the bottom, sitting on its side, but still upright like this. So the idea is, with a conduit like this, if I cut this fairly deep on both sides, I might be able to just poke it down and slide it over, and this will just expand out and grab onto it, and then I might be able to get it to come back up. So we're going to quickly try that. Okay, so what I've done is just put a slit down both sides with the angle grinder, just made it slightly wider at the mouth, so it's definitely wide enough to go over the side of the phone. And then in theory, I can just push this down onto the phone, because it gets slightly tighter at the bottom, and then that'll just expand and grab onto the phone, and I can pull it back up. So let's give it a go. Okay, so we've got the roof open again, and I'm just going to put the camera down there, and hopefully you can see where my phone is. So all the way down the bottom, it's about 12 feet, my estimate, from where I am right now to where that phone is. We've just had the first attempt, and what I found out is that this piece, if you can look at the end, is actually quite wide. I'm just going to cut that down a bit so that it's quite narrow, and I reckon I can force that down one side, because one side of the phone is actually leaning against the wall cavity. So if I make it nice and narrow, I can get one side to just poke past it and then clamp on it like that. Does that make sense? We want to clamp on it like that. Here we go, attempt number 2. Okay, so I've got it clamped on, it's coming up. I can almost see it. Oh, it just dropped off. Oh, the bastard. My phone. That is quite unbelievable. Okay, so the most extraordinary thing is that I've managed to get that thing to go down, and when it went in, it actually forced its way behind the cover on my phone, the protective cover over my phone, and popped it off and grabbed onto the phone and left the cover down there. So I might just try to see if I can get that back out, but I've got my phone, yay! So in the end, I had this plan where I was going to put the board like this and get bolts and clamp it on and try and use some double-sided tape on here and slide that in alongside and get it to stick to it and try and pull it up. And in the end, that was it. That was the design. All we did was cut a V in that, and the phone was down there in the cavity, and we just slid it over and grabbed onto the phone like that and pulled it back up. Oh. Jesus. I just cracked the bloody glass in the damn thing. I hope that this video helped you to get your phone back if you're unlucky enough to drop your phone into some obscure place like 3 meters down a wall cavity like I did. Catch you later.